Hey everybody, welcome to Gear Worth Getting. Today what I want to talk to you about are pedal board solutions to a traditional amplifier. Now I play a lot in church, like almost every Sunday I'm playing either guitar or keyboard in church. And I'll just be honest with you, when I play guitar, you know what I would love? I would love to have my amplifier right there. I'd love to be able to hear the speaker. The way the guitar interacts with the amp is magical. But what a lot of us are finding out is nowadays, a lot of sound guys want to keep the actual noise on the stage as low as possible. So a lot of us are having to go to these on pedal board solutions and sending a signal to front of house and then getting the guitar signal back in our ears, right? And our in-ear monitors. So over the last several years, there have been a lot of different solutions for this. There's been, some of the very popular ones are like the Strymon Iridium. Not played one of those, but people say they're amazing. Or like the HX Stomp by Line 6. Now, my guitar playing journey has kind of gone in the opposite direction. When I first started playing, in order to get the sounds that I wanted, I really went toward the multi-effects units. As I'm getting older, I tend to be gravitating more toward trying to keep things as analog as possible. So there are digital things on my board. Like I have a digital delay as well as an analog delay. I've got, a couple different pedals on my board that are digital. But when it came to that on pedal board solution for an amplifier, I was really attracted to being able to keep that as analog as possible. So what I decided to go with to power my pedal board is the Orange Terror Stamp. Now, I'm not the typical orange player, right? A lot of people who play orange amplifiers are into metal and those kind of things. I'm not that guy. I'm more into worship music and classic rock and those type of things. One of the things I found out about this pedal is it is an amazing guitar pedal platform. This is not pretending to be an amplifier. This is an amplifier. Inside of this pedal in the preamp section is a 12AX7 guitar amplifier tube, right? Now the power amp section is not tube, but the preamp section is tube. So it gives you that character that you're looking for in a tube amplifier. It's not pretending to be it, it is it. And so what I do, usually in my settings on my Orange Terror Stamp, there's a gain knob right here. I usually keep that gain knob right about 3, right? And so you have a shape knob to do a little bit of EQing. And then you have 2 different volume knobs on this thing, meaning you can get your sound where you want it for when you're playing rhythm. And then if it comes to a point in the song where you need to be louder, you set this other knob at a different place, a louder setting, and you hit the switch and your volume increases. This thing also has an effects loop in it, which means you can get all of your gain stage going into the preamp of this amplifier, and then you can have all of your reverbs and delays and those kind of things after the preamp and before the power amp. So you can do that with this amplifier. Another way this is amazing is it has a cab simulated output on it. So here's the way I use it in church. I put it on my pedal board, I do all the stuff I talked about before, and then I come out of the cab simulated output into a direct box to the front of the house. I'm still getting the character, the real character of a real amplifier going to front of house. Now, an example would be this last summer, I had several opportunities to play outdoor gigs. This also has a speaker output on it, which will power both an 8 ohm or a 16 ohm speaker. When I played outdoors this summer, I ran out of the speaker output into a 112 cabinet and then mic'd that cabinet so I could hear the guitar coming right at me like I talked about before. We love to hear that speaker right, very close to us. So I was able to have that speaker. I mic'd that speaker And so this tool, this amplifier, this orange Terror stamp, for me, is the best of both things. It's a front of house solution, and I want to run it to an actual speaker cabinet solution, and I can have that on my pedal board. Another cool thing about this is when you start talking the Strymon Iridium, Simplifier, HX Stomp, you're talking pretty expensive pieces of gear. The Terrace, I'm not sure what it is today. When I bought this, it was $199, $200 for this amplifier. So if you ask me, is the orange Terror stamp gear worth getting? My answer is yes. Get yourself one.